Welcome back. You're tuned into Market Fatafat, and it's time to take you through all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. And for that, we are joined by Aditya Agarwala, who's the head of research and investment, Invest4edu. And we're also joined by a team of researchers, Ansh and Shesha. All three of you, welcome to ET Now Market Fatafat. But let's get started with all the stocks that are buzzing in news. First up is Tata Power. Now, this candidate, this dropped to nearly 7% in trade today, has eased off a little bit, but had a weak set of earnings, flattish margins. If you look at the Q3 numbers, the company reported a net profit of 1,076 crores, a meager 2% increase on a year-on-year basis. The revenue grew 6% compared to last year, and the EBITDA jumped 20% to 3,060 crores from 2,600 crores. But post its quarterly results, couple of brokerages have set a price target. Morgan Stanley has a price target of 213 rupees on the stock. CLSA finds it worth 249, while Kotak is
also an earnings candidate. It's ONGC. When you look at overall the numbers that came in for ONGC, it's an inline set of numbers for ONGC this time around. But we have a brokerage note that's come in from Morgan Stanley as well. They're maintaining an overweight rating on ONGC, a target price of 254 rupees. They're highlighting in terms of the domestic oil and gas production that declined by 3 to 4% in terms of on a year-on-year basis. The international hydrocarbon production, that saw a sequential recovery. The company commenced its first oil production from the KG basin as well, and dividend growth is the key factor to watch out for ONGC to expand multiples and in terms of ROE as well. Volume growth is already priced in as with the global oil majors as well, and capital returns will take the center stage for the next leg of growth for multiple expansions for the company. So as of now, a bit subdued in trade, and inline set of numbers is what we could say came in from ONGC.
right. And speaking of the stocks in focus, Ansh, you've picked out Bandhan Bank. The banking pack is under pressure today, but Bandhan Bank specifically is knocked down 7% in trade on the back of weak quarterly numbers. Do take us through what the numbers are looking like for the bank.
Right, so starting with some positives, the bank has reported net interest income of 2,525 crore, which is up by 21% on year-on-year basis. They have also registered a good profit after tax of which is around 150% up as compared to previous year, from 291 crore to 732 crore. We're also seeing improvement in GNPA by 30 basis point and in NNPA by around 11 basis point. But the credit cost still stays high at around 2.5%, and that's why we are seeing stock going down by around 6 to 7%. We also have a brokerage note by Macquarie, and they have maintained a neutral stance on the stock. They have also said that the asset quality continues to disappoint, and PAT has missed their estimate due to lower other income and higher credit cost. Also, JP Morgan has cut target price from 320 to 270. Also, if you see the chart, the stock has touched a 10th month low level on intraday basis, and it has also given a breakdown from double top bottom.
Let's move on, and for the first stock on the technicals, Aditya, good afternoon. RP Industries, this one surely has seen a nice run-up coming in the last 6 months as well. Specifically, what's the outlook now? 50% uptick in the last 6 months. Now, where is it headed?
Good morning, Vinny. Good afternoon, Vinny. Thanks for having the show. Yes, it's a bullish-looking stock despite the fact that markets are down and out and it's all over the place. Stock is showing strength, and it has broken out from a consolidation pattern in trade today. And what is interesting is volumes are backing the breakout. So it clearly indicates that the breakout is backed by healthy volume, so the up move should continue. I believe stock can test levels of 720, 745 in the coming trading sessions. So all in all, looks like a very strong chart, and technical indicators like RSI, which is comfortably sitting in the bull zone, confirms the bullishness. So I would maybe with the stop loss closer to about 655, 660, look to go long on the stock, at least for target of 720 to about 750 in the near term.
Right, and moving on to another count, some bit of green coming in there. Global Health up almost 7% in trade. Shesha, it's an earnings candidate. Do take us through how the numbers look like.
Well, yes, the numbers were very strong, and the stock is off the highest point of the day, but despite that, holding on to gains of nearly 7% as we speak. It in fact reported its numbers on Thursday, but we have a slew of brokerage reports that came in this morning, and hence the stock is gaining in trade today. Talking about the numbers first, sales grew by about 20% on a year-on-year basis to about 830 odd crores. EBITDA also saw a jump up of about 34%, and margins expanded nearly 600 basis points to about 25.9% on a year-on-year basis. Motilal Oswal, as I mentioned, came out with a note this morning where they say that the performance was largely in line, but it marked thumbs up from brokerages is why the stock is gaining in trade today, 7% higher in trade as we speak.
All right, moving on to another stock that's in focus today, that's PB Fintech. Now remember, PB Fintech just last week it had crossed its IPO price after 2 long years. It had jumped 14% on the back of its first ever profit. We do have a brokerage note by Jefferies. Jefferies is initiating a buy on this particular counter with a target price of 1,150 rupees. They feel that the large digital intermediaries offer superior play on India's insurance. And the Policy Bazaar is likely to gain a market share for other channels as well. Paisa Bazaar growth is likely to moderate post the RBI measures. That's likely to help PB Fintech. The EBITDA is also likely to jump around a 5x over FY25 to 27. Dominant position is likely to drive rich valuations for the company, and on the back of that, they have initiated a buy. And on the back of that news flow, of course, PB Fintech is up more than 1.5% in trade.
Okay, that is PB Fintech for y'all, but let's move on, talk about Dr. Reddy's. Why is this stock in focus today? We had Dr. Reddy's that has actually received an EIR-VAIS Establishment Inspection Report and a voluntary action indicated for its FTO03 facility manufacturing unit. This is in Bachupalli in Hyderabad unit. Now, the inspection was conducted in October 2023. They've received 10 observations over there. Back then, 7 observations are serious in nature, which are pertaining to quality control, faulty equipment and data integrity. The unit manufactures over 100 products. Analysts believe that the facility contributes around 30% to the company's US revenue, and the unit manufactures 4 out of the top 10 products. Besides, these 70 products manufactured are commodities as well. So normally, VAI means there's an objectionable condition or a practice that were found during the inspection, but at this point, the US FDA will not take any action in terms of the administrative or regulatory action. They believe that normally it's generally issued when the regulator believes that the response by the company is satisfactory, and this could be there could be a re-inspection of the facility that is possible as well. But yes, as of now, Dr. Reddy's recovered from the day's lowest point, trading at the day's highest point, 3.5% uptick.
Right. Coming to you, Aditya, then you've picked out ACC for us. Now, Cement Pack is firing in all cylinders. It is just on Friday, ACC had hit its 52-week high. The stock has given good returns of more than 40% in the last 6 months. Is it time to really book profits, or do you feel that one should hold on to their positions?
Ankita, definitely hold on to the positions. I don't see any weakness in the stock, so to say. It's a 1.5 year high that the stock has taken out as we speak. So overall charts look extremely strong. And if you take a look at the rest of the cement packs, while they are trading at an all-time high, ACC and Ambuja, due to their own reasons, actually didn't see that kind of an up move. So I believe it's time to look at ACC, stick your neck out, stay invested in ACC even at current levels. I'm looking at a target of 2,800. So at current levels, you should definitely look out for ACC buy with a good support at 2,600 to about 2,550 on the downside. Risk to reward is also in favor of going long. Plus technical indicators like RSI and MACD are also supporting the bullish view. So overall looks like a very strong chart, and one should definitely stick to ACC at current levels and look for a target of at least 2,800 in the near term.
2,800 target in the near term is what Aditya is saying for ACC, keeping an eye on that. But let's slip into a very short break on that note. We'll be back with more stocks after the break.
Welcome back. You're tuned into Market Fatafat. The next stock that's on Aditya's radar is Astral. Aditya, you've picked out Astral for us. Do tell us what are you seeing on the charts for this one?
So Ankita, actually stock has posted a pullback, and from after that pullback to test the neckline of the channel from which it had broken out last week, stock has resumed its uptrend, and as we speak, I believe stock is trading at day's high, and that is led by good volumes. So I believe it's a good looking chart structure. Stock can test levels of at least 1990 to about 2050 in the near term. At current levels, one should definitely look at initiating fresh long positions in the stock with a good support at 1850, 1800 on the downside. So risk to reward is also in favor of going long at current levels. It's a low hanging fruit. Plus RSI just entered the bull territory, so there is definitely room on the upside as far as RSI is also concerned. So overall, it's a strong looking chart structure. One should definitely keep on the radar and look for a target of at least 1900 to about 2050 on the upside.
Okay, let's move on to stock number 10 for today. And Anj have picked out Hero MotoCorp. This is clearly not an hero in trade today, down 4%. What's the numbers looking like for this one? Any brokerage notes that we have?
Yes, similar story like Bandhan Bank. Revenue is good, net profit is good, but it's up by over 50% to 1,073 crore. We're also seeing improvement in EBITDA margin from 11.5% to 14%. Company has also declared investment up to 600 crore over a period of 2 years for setting up global parts center. But the stock is down by over 4.5%. Now, many brokerages are of the opinion that stock is overvalued. Also on charts, stock seems to have snapped 6-session gaining streak, and it has given a breakdown from an upward sloping support trend line. But the good thing is that the stock sustains about 20 DMA, where the stock has been taking good support in last 3 months. Currently, this level is around 4,570 rupees.
All right. More bearish calls coming in there for Hero MotoCorp. That has knocked down the trade. But moving on to the next stock in focus, that's Divi's Labs. Aditya, you've picked out Divi's Labs for us. Generally, the Pharma pack has been, in good stead. Tell us, what are you reading for Divi's on the charts?
So again, Ankita, from a consolidation phase, it's broken out and it has been making higher lows of late. Apart from Dr. Reddy's, the second in turn stock, something that's looking interesting is Divi's Lab. Now it sustains above 3,800 levels. I believe stock is good to test levels of 4,000 to about 4,200 on the upside. On the downside, immediate support is at 3,700 for 3,650, which is a good support area. Again, if I take a look at the MACD and the RSI placement, they are comfortably placed and not at overbought territory. So definitely looks like there is more room on the upside as far as this pharma stock is concerned.
Keeping an eye out on TVs, let's move on, talk about Zydus Life then, Ashesha. This one is a top FNO gainer today, buzzing away in trade. 6-7% gains is what we are seeing. Believe it's on the back of numbers.
Well, yes, very strong set of numbers, much better than what the street was working with, and hence the stock is gaining over 6.5% as we speak. Sales grew by about 6% on a year-on-year basis to about 4,500 odd crores. Gross margins too have expanded 290 basis points to 67.4%, and this is on account of better product mix in the third quarter. EBITDA meanwhile grew by about 20% on a year-on-year basis to 1,080 crores. Analysts believe that better product mix led to improved profitability this time around on a year-on-year basis. Bank of America Securities meanwhile has come out with a note where they are maintaining their neutral stance on the stock, but they've hiked their target price to 840 from their earlier target price of 720. The stock currently trades at 858 odd levels. They say it was a good quarter. Both India and emerging market performance was very strong this time around. US pipeline and turnaround in India growth will be offset by concentration risk, and they say that the company did not indicate the target price of 840, but all in all, strong set of numbers. The stock is up.
Listen in.
It's almost on track, and we are hoping before 31st March we will complete order. We will complete the order.
Okay, so what is your USP about your brand? Also, beyond Nagpur, are you trying to expand your services to worldwide or any other parts of India?
Of course. See, Confidence Group, you must be aware that we are the largest LPG cylinder manufacturer in India. We are the largest LPG bottlers in India. We are the largest auto LPG dispensing stations in India. And now company has put their footprint into CNG and hydrogen and all type of high pressure cylinders. Earlier, when we have started in this CNG and hydrogen and high pressure cylinders, we were with steel metal cylinders. But now today we are introducing a new high-tech cylinder, which is in type 4 cylinders, which is a very lightweight as well. It's a very safe also. Safety-wise also it's a very economical, yes.
So are you in the near future, are you going to have a product mix or change in the near future?
Product make means this is a new technology which we have brought from our European Germany machineries. It's first time in India, I can say this here.
What is the USP? How does this cylinder is different from others? Like, what are the factors which bring audience towards it?
The biggest factor is the low OPEX, the operating cost of the cylinder. The reason is this cylinder is 1/3 the weight of a conventional steel cylinder. So on a 20 feet platform, we can carry more gas. In a 20 feet platform, normally with a Type 1 CNG Cascade, you can carry about 600, 650 kg of gas. But with the Type 4 CNG Cascade, you can carry more cylinders and effectively use that platform and carry roughly between 1400, 1500 kg of gas.
All right, with that, we're completely out of time on Market Fatafat. Vinny and I will take your leave. Thank you so much for tuning in. Closing trades will take the action forward.